two young kids that were just getting into racing, and we were very proud to help them and get racing. Buddy was very fast, a tragic way to go, but we're very sorry. We want to let you know that he won't be forgotten. Okay? All right. So, and we're going to have a Buddy Taylor Memorial and a Buddy Thompson Memorial. We're going to do something real nice. We're going to give Campbell, here, you might have something for your car. Big A Auto Parts, a $25 gift certificate. Maybe you can use some spark plugs or something one of these days. We're going to go up to Tom Boyd and start announcing. I want to thank you all very much. You've made a very special night tonight. A lot of nice giveaways, a lot of nice participation. 2 main events to go, ladies and gentlemen. Let these people know that you appreciate them being here. I appreciate your patience. Thank you very much.
And thank you, Dave, for a great intermission show tonight. Just a few minutes left in that, and then we'll get on with tonight's festivities for you. What a special night. This has been all night long and far from over. Our AWOA night. I hope it's just the first annual of a whole host of them. It's always great to have the automotive parts people who are all the rest of the weeks of the year such a big help in putting something like this together and then keeping it running week after week after week. And here into our 5th month of the inaugural 87 season. So it has really been a special touch tonight with our special festivities and ceremonies, and we've still got a lot of those lucky program numbers that we're going to give away. We'll do that across the rest of what is left out here this evening. But the Dealers Auto Supply Group have a $10 gift certificate. If your lucky program number is 5756, 5756 gets a gift certificate courtesy of the Dealers Auto Supply. And again, all our prizes tonight can be picked up in the program video booth at the lower right rear of the grandstands. The Rampage Auto Parts people have another 5 quarts of oil, as well as an oil filter for you if your lucky program number tonight reads 5764. Another of those Coca-Cola electronic calculators for you tonight if your number is 5741. 5741, good for one of those electronic Coca-Cola calculators. Have another of those Carresso soft pets, courtesy of the Coca-Cola folks, and good to have them so in attendance tonight. You saw them give away one of those little soft pets during our intermission time, as well as a wall clock and lunch boxes galore. And what better timing than this time of the year for that? How about another of those electronic calculators now from Coke, the appropriate gift, and congratulations from Raven Raceway. From the back of the pack, that number 20 car from Phoenix, owned by Ron Neville and driven by Doug Lake.
And the car number 25 from Scottsdale, Arizona. And the owner is the same person that sponsored. Well, he's looking for a sponsor. Car number 25, Todd Whitman.
The 96 car from Tucson with Rod Downs at the wheel.
The car number 11, also from Tucson, owner Grace Nelson, and behind the wheel, none other than Buddy Nelson.
And the 40 machine of fellow Tucsonan, the brother, Doug Nelson.
And the car number 41 from Phoenix, Arizona, owner Dave Ellis, and sponsored by Ellis Racing, Lat Franklin.
The 38A machine from Phoenix with Kent Zimmerman at the wheel.
In the car number 2, also from Phoenix and sponsored by Western Racing News, car number 2, Roger Topes.
Car number 12 with Tucsonan Donnie Sink at the wheel.
In the car number 15 from Phoenix, sponsored by Weiler Farms in Phoenix, Rick Johnson.
The 12A machine, sponsored by Automotive Parts and Machine, with Tucsonan Jerry Coons Jr. at the wheel.
From Mesa, Arizona, the car number 88, Alan Thome.
The 95A machine from Industry, California, sponsored by Howard's Hydraulics and the Arizona-California connection, Robbie Flock.
In the car number 10 from Phoenix, Arizona, Al Allen.
The 1 machine from Phoenix, owned by Roger Williams, with the Cosworth engine, that's Cactus Jack Yaley.
In number 66 tonight in the USAC Midgets from Tucson, sponsored by Mystic Boatwork and Al Allen Painting. Also, Dr. Gordon Langston, Ashton Construction and Ironworks, 66, Glenn Smith.
On the outside of that third row, the 5A machine of John Hibner.
In the car number 94, and looking for a sponsor from Tucson, Mike Williams.
Outside, second row from Las Cruces, sponsored by Alfred Ford, Lincoln, and Mercury, with Donnie Byer at the wheel.
From Tucson, Arizona, the car number 77, the La Jolla guy, owner Vinny Payne, Ernie Payne.
Outside of the front row, before heading down under. I wish him all the luck in the world in those Australian bars. Sponsored by M&T Racing, the Arizona Race Mart, Venetian Mark Passarelli.
On the pole position tonight, the guy that used to race sprints and super modifieds from Phoenix, Arizona, owner Don Nunley, the car number 90, Dave Culp. So there you have it, your lineup for your USAC Midgets in our 30-lap main event. Telling me about you had with waking up in the middle of the night and no numbers on the car. Well, I think tonight you're going to wake up thinking about lucky number program numbers.
I'll be rattling off numbers the rest of the night in my sleep.
Well, I think this is a good-looking crowd tonight. I think it's a Raven Wave crowd tonight, don't you? We think we ought to try
It'd be great if we could assure that this crowd could be back week after week after week, wouldn't it?
Yes, and I think they will put on an excellent wave starting over there at Stomper Hill when you're ready, Tom.
Well, we'll try a Raven Wave or two as we draw closer to the start of this one. As we anticipate the green flag start of it, we'll do a Raven Wave.
Now, those front two positions are open right now. They're 4 abreast, but you'll notice on the inside of those front two positions are open right now in remembrance of Spider Anderson and Buddy Thomason. Both these fellows passing away.
So when that lead row gets directly in front of you on this very turn, coming up out of turn 4 here, beginning at the north end of the grandstands, let's stand up, remain standing, and see if we can generate much of a Raven Wave. When those two cars right there are directly in front of you, stand up. Oh yeah. We're going to have a great Raven Wave this evening. Now let's assume that this will be the last chance here. So let's do it up real good and right, because George Camp has got eyes in the back of his head too. He'll not only wait till he's got these drivers satisfied out there on the grid, but if you guys give him plenty of incentive in the stands tonight with a great Raven Wave on this circuit, he may be more inclined to give us the green flag next time around, or perhaps the time after that. So he has indicated 2 laps. So we'll do the Raven Wave on the next circuit, and then we should be 1 lap from the green flag. So all of you folks, you great-looking crowd tonight, beginning up there on Stomper Hill, as the Rawlings Chrysler Plymouth pace car does his thing. When the lead 2 midgets are directly in front of you in the stands, let's wave them on to a great 30-lap main event by giving them the Raven Wave.
Oh, beautiful!
Let's make it a loud one. Way to go, guys and gals. A nice Raven Wave, and that's recorded for posterity's sake on Dan Johnson's Tucson on tapes in our video booth. Here we go with Dave Culp, that number 90 machine, coming off of the pole as they reform into a double file, anticipating the green they get. It's flying, and we're off and running in a 30-lap USAC midget main for you at Raven Raceway tonight. Our first casualty, Doug Lake, and the number 20 machine into the infield.
Well, here they come down the front straightaway, and car number 90, Dave Culp, your pole sitter, is in the lead right now, Tom, as they head down the back chute and spread out just a little bit.
Mark Passarelli giving chase in that number 3 car in the 3rd turn, but he's in 2nd place. Eyeballing the leader right there, Dave Culp, who's got that Corvair USAC machine cooking real good in the early on, at least here, and wouldn't you know it, after his bravado performance in the earlier heat racing, number 77, Ernie Payne, is running in 3rd place. Another early retiree, Jack.
Lat Franklin in 41 went into the pits, and we've got one arrive between turn number 1 and 3, so that's going to bring out the yellow flag. So let's check him out and see who this is. '96 is spun out there between turn number 1 and 2. Al Allen's into the pits right now, car number 10, that Phoenix driver. And let's see if we can get 96 back out onto the racetrack. That's Rod Downs in number 96 from Tucson, and Rod may get back out in this one. We'll just have to wait and see. Rod Downs in 96. couple of laps down, so we'll get this one restarted. We won't have a complete restart. It'll be a single file start when we get back underway under the green. And they shove off Rod Downs, and it looks like he's got it back under his own power.
Well, that's good for him. A couple of retirees to the pit fields, attempting to get things rectified back there quickly enough to get back out here and into the thick of it all. We'll see. The officials you may hear in the background, it gets a little loud at times as they try to get communication circulated in and amongst themselves. And that's generally in regard to which car should be in front of what other car, what the order is supposed to be. And that is what we attempt to get done under these yellows.
Culp and Passarelli anticipating the green flag, but George never even reached for it, kept the yellow out. So we can get them all stacked up and set back into the proper order.
He's got the green flag in hand. They're in that single file. Assuming from an official standpoint, they are right. They're looking good. And they've impressed George. George has given us the green flag again, so we're off and running into lap 3 of a 30-lap USAC Midget Main.
Dave Culp leads him down the back straightaway, and it's anybody's race for second place right now as they start to bunch up. Going to almost put a blanket over those 4 cars right behind Culp. Look at this, side by side, wheel to wheel. Look out there in turn number 1. Woo-hoo, that was close, Tom.
Culp taking his lead on Passarelli here into the 4th lap of competition in this main event. A big one for you tonight. Todd Whitman in the 25 machine off to the pit field.
Ernie Payne in number 77 currently holds on to second place right now as Passarelli falls back in that number 3 machine. Culp leads him around one more time as Payne tries to overtake him but can't catch him.
We're into the 5th lap, and Dave Culp is still enjoying it from the top. But now he's got Ernie Payne working away, nibbling away right behind him in that 77 machine. And like before, when Passarelli was cooking up there, another one off to the pit field. Rod Downs in the 96 machine. Now followed there by the 12A car. That would be Jerry Coons Jr., and what a shame to see him, for whatever reason, taken out of this one, as Ernie Payne continues to pour it on, running in second place just ahead of Donnie Byer out of Las Cruces, and Dave Culp, still the man they're all looking up to so far in this one. Ernie Payne now snatches to the front of the pack. He is the leader, as there has been a change among the top 3. Passarelli for a while. Culp looking good in the early on. Now Ernie Payne getting his 15 minutes or 15 seconds or 15 laps of glory. La Jolla, Ernie Payne, the Vinnie Payne 77 machine, and in the lead. And that much of a lead right there on Dave Culp, the gorgeous little yellow racer, down from Phoenix tonight and currently good for second. Donnie Byer, the New Mexican car, number 23, is running 3rd, just ahead of Jack Yaley now out of Phoenix, who has bumped his way from 5th to 4th place in this one. And then he falls back to 5th with Glenn Smith riding behind Donnie Byer, but Ernie Payne, the one the rest of them are now assigning themselves to try to catch. And here he comes, burning it out of turn 4, running what he is making look to be an easy race.
Well, Cactus Jack jumped back up into 4th place right now, and he's following Donnie Byer, but Byer's up a little bit, but Yaley's trying to make the moves right now and catch up to the rest of the field. Payne holding on to, not a real comfortable lead, Tom, over Dave Culp in that 90 machine. Dave hanging right in there.
What the first 5 months has produced out here, Jack, I don't know if there is such a thing, particularly on this track, as comfortable lead. But right now, Ernie Payne's enjoying it as much as he can, up by about a billboard sign as we reach halfway. We are at the midway point, 15 laps in and 15 to go. And this is a pretty quick one.
Real quick one, Tom. The track is nice and hard right now, and that's the way these fellas like it.
Attrition so far has only affected, to whatever extent, a total number of 7 or 8 cars here. So from that standpoint, it's been a very clean one, too, and we're always appreciative of that kind of racing here. Ernie Payne, appreciative of his lead right now on Dave Culp, Donnie Byer, Jack Yaley, Passarelli, Smith, Flock, and Johnson. Those are your top 8 as we get into the second half of this USAC Midget main event.
Dave Culp's going to have to make some moves right now, Tom, because we just went into lap number 17. So if he's going to catch him, he better start pouring it on him a little bit better than he's doing.
Culp just had an interesting situation with his car coming out of turn 3, but he kept it under control. It looked like he was maybe just giving it a little bit too much. And likewise, Robbie Flock on his last go-round in that 95 car, getting a funny angle, funny line on it as he powered himself out of turn 3. And Flock running along right now, unofficially in 7th place in this one.
Lap number 20 into the books right now. 5 more to go for Ernie Payne and the rest of them. Oh, 10 laps to go. Excuse my math. A 30-lap event.
We're 2/3 of the way complete with this one. And Ernie Payne continues to battle it in the number 1 lead position, but now finishing Jack Yaley. Cactus Jack has moved his way up to 3rd place. And Culp regains the lead from Ernie Payne, and Yaley, trailing a flow of sparks out the rear of that number 1 machine, retires to the pit field.
So Dave Culp in that number 90 machine, your current leader. And Ernie Payne trying to catch back up to Culp, but Culp is really pouring it on right now down the back straightaway.
Culp has got that little Corvair cooking. And nobody knows it any better than Ernie Payne, who has fallen from the lead himself one more time. And boy, what a close call for Mike Williams in that 94 machine. Not a whole lot of space left between he and the wall and the machine to his left, as you just saw down here in front of the pit exit.
Buddy Nelson in number 11 headed to the pits right now, as Dave Culp leads him on around one more time.
Getting down to but a handful of laps remaining in this one.
John Hibner in number 5A also into pit field. So your leader, Dave Culp, in front of Ernie Payne, and Jack Yaley desperately trying to catch up. Time running out right now. Donnie Byer in that 23 machine in 4th place. Passarelli in 5th right now.
Culp, who used to race the sprints and super modifieds, leading this one as we break out into the yellow for Doug Nelson and his number 40 racer, halted up there outside of turn number 2. So it'll be a dash kind of a situation that this yellow will no doubt produce or set up for us. With most of it in the book, and maybe the most exciting and eventual 4 laps left, with 26 in the book. And attrition having played a little bit more of a role now. as opposed to earlier on. We are with 3, 7, 11, 12. 12 of them currently running on the track out of a field of 22 that started here. That was a flat tire, as we had suspected, that sent Yaley flying back.
Well, with the yellow flag, perhaps he might be back out on this one.
Yeah, this can only help. I would think that's got to be one of the most refreshing sounds in the world, is to be laboring away over a tire or a car back in the pit fields and suddenly hear the drone of the racing machines plummet. And you know that the yellows come out, and whatever it is you're doing, you've got a little bit more of a chance than what you just had at getting it done. As we say so long to Doug Nelson there in the number 40 USAC midget. His brother Buddy Nelson pilots that also blue number 11 car. Unfortunately for the Clyde Nelson bunch, neither of them left in the pack here.
Over 10 of them into the pits on this one, Tom.
And we've got green again. Here we go, racing to the conclusion of your midget main. And Dave Culp has that yellow number 90 in the lead. Question now will become, can he hang on to it? Can he stave off the likes of Ernie Payne, Mark Passarelli, Donnie Byer, Roger Toops, and Rapid Robbie Flock? We'll see here.
And Robbie Flock now moves up into 4th place from 6th place on that green flag lap. Dave Culp leads him on around, and he's got company with Ernie Payne right on his heels.
Yeah, this one is far from decided. It's still Culp in the command slot, but right behind him, Ernie Payne dicing it up pretty well and putting a move on now out of turn 2. Able to close it up. Not as much as he would have liked by turn 3, as we lose another one. 88 up here in turn 1. That's Alan Fome doing his racing down here at Raven tonight out of Mesa.
And the white flag was about to come out, but the yellow flew as we've got him down and turn number 2. And that rhymes. So let's see if Alan can get back into this one. Alan Thome from Mesa, as you said, in that car number 88, and he's going to get shoved right now and see if he can get it back started once again, back out on the racetrack. 28 laps down in this one, 2 more to go. So we'll be going green and white once we get him started again. Culp, your leader, will have to stave off Ernie Payne, and Passarelli's going to be pouring it on along with Robbie Flock and Roger Toops in that number 2 car. So this is going to be interesting right down to the finish, Tom. Oh, number 2, Roger Toops, is a lap car. So the first four will be Culp, Payne, Passarelli, and Robbie Flock.
And more lucky program numbers to be called at the conclusion of this one, so don't dispose of them and keep them handy. We've still got a lot of stuff to give away, Jack. I knew one of these nights that would happen. Let's hear it for George Camp.
Did
and
he
Bob
drop the
McKinley
flag?
In a very affectionate sort of way.
He drops the flag?
These guys make the show from their perch.
What did he do, Tom? I missed
The
that.
yellow flag went sailing right down to the track.
Looks like he's going to give him green and white anyways.
Absolutely right. It's the green and the white that count now. Pair of laps left. Dave Culp.
Uh-oh. What did he do? He dropped another one.
Another one.
Oh,
It
don't
is
run on that racetrack.
purely contagious here tonight.
Oh, my goodness.
Get up off of there.
Oh, we've got one down on turn number 4 right now.
So it's nice to have the lights to back up the flags. And nice for the spin up in 4 there, what with officials scurrying across the track trying to get things straightened out here. It must have been all in the gloves.
I'm going to see if that T-shirt man can make up a flagman excuse shirt like they do for the racers. What hands? Is that it, George? He took off the gloves. Holding the Bob's going to help him on this one.
He's going to two-hand it now, plus have McKinley there to help. Well, he's able to free the finger and let him know that we'll do one more at this snail's pace. And then it truly has become now, as we suspected it might, Jack, a mad and closely bunched dash to the finish.
That's right. Ernie Payne's going to really be dashing right now because Culp's in front of him. George Camp gives him green and white for the last lap. Let's see what Culp can do on this one, Tom.
Let's see what Culp's in 4 turns of Raven Raceway here tonight with the USAC Midgets flying their formation. And right now, Dave Culp is having it all his way. It looks to me like he has got a lock on it with that little Corvair. Dave Culp down from Phoenix tonight, wrapping it up, taking the checkered flag here in your 30-lap USAC Midget main event. And don't hesitate, don't be bashful to let these guys hear from you as they tool by this last trip tonight. They've put on a whale of a show for us. And I think to a man, to a woman, we are appreciative because it has been a very clean show, too. A few scrapes here and there, but none of those tumultuous tumbles which are so identifiable with open wheel racing.
So Culp winds up the winner and victor of this 30-lap main event for the USAC Midgets. Ernie Payne in second, unofficially Mark Passarelli in third, Robbie Flock in fourth, Donnie Byer fifth, and Rick Johnson in sixth place, and the rest of them. So.
Chris Hart, if you would please, we would like to have you report to the announce tower. Chris Hart, please come up to the announce tower and check in with Linda Manus. Tragic traffic accident back on Super Bowl Sunday. So all of that ahead here in your inaugural 87 season.
Well, we're ready to go. Line them up, all lined up, and we're going to stage him right now. Bringing up the rear all by his lonesome from Tempe, Arizona. Sponsored by Yavapai Fleet and Industry Warehouse. Car number 59, Ed Anderson.
The 54 machine, sponsored by East Engine Specialty and Royal Automotive. Owned by Shirley VC, it's Tucsonan John VC at the wheel.
Car number 24, one of my favorite guys from Tucson, sponsored by Lee's Home Maintenance, Brown Wing Aluminum Work, and Westover Swap Meet. Copper State, Flowers by Missy, R&G Tire Service, and Tucson on Tapes. Car number 24, Lee Brown.
The 33 machine down from Phoenix tonight, sponsored by DeYoung Motorsports and Stewart Race Cars, with J.D. Vance at the wheel.
Car number 73 from Phoenix, and looking for a sponsor, Chuck Bowman.
Number 25, the DP Printing Special from Phoenix, Mike Waddle at the wheel.
And the car number 74 from Phoenix, sponsored by Performance Plus and Norman Racing, Bill Norman.
The number 15 winged super from Scottsdale, Kevin Carlson.
Car number 17A from Glendale. Oh, no, he's from Tucson. Owner Glenda Hummer, sponsored by none other than Coke Coca-Cola, Quality Plating, Allen Signs, Nogales Auto, and American Glass Company, Rick Hummer.
Next up, the number 84 machine, sponsored by Capital Trencher and 84 Chevron from Eloy, Bug Harris.
In the car number 5 from Mesa, and no sponsor, but looking, car number 5, Bud Palmer.
And the 4T, sponsored by ET Automotive, Tinks Lounge, and Quality Plating, Tucsonan Tommy Signs. Happy birthday.
In the car number 5, sponsored by Ace Auto Repair, Kinzer Chevron, Lenny's Texaco, Brassfield Auto Parts, 5T Donnie Sink.
The 37 down from Phoenix tonight, sponsored by L&L Body Shop with Dan Regals.
In the car number 4 from Phoenix, Dave Hatton.
The number 14, sponsored by Rocket Electric of Tucsonan, Ron Gary.
And your pole sitter for tonight's main event for the Wing Super Modified, sponsored by Performance Plus, Phoenix Thunder Racing, car number 92, Billy Hicks. So there you have it, our lineup for our Wing Super Modifieds, a 25-lap event that these fellows will be running. And thanks again to the Automotive Wholesalers of Arizona, putting up an extra $1,000 for the Midgets and Wing Super Modifieds tonight. Can't say enough about those folks. I know they had a good time tonight. They were sure cheering and hollering a little bit earlier. We've got some more cheering to do right now as we get them all started and lined up, push them off, and we'll be doing a couple of parade laps with the Rawlings, Chrysler, and Plymouth car once again. Billy Hicks, 92, the pole sitter. Ron Gary, and it's a responsibility of Hicks to pace him properly, and Ron Gary's responsibility is to stay right next to Hicks. And boy, are they anxious right now, as they're thinking green already, and George doesn't even have them lined up yet. George puts up his finger and puts out the yellow flag for one more lap, he tells them. And let's get you all lined up. Well, it doesn't look like we're going to put the pace car out, but thanks again for Rawlings and Chrysler Plymouth for bringing the car out and the use of it this year. Beautiful looking automobile. Our official pace car here at Raven Raceway for the 1987 debut season. Well, Billy Hicks leads him around, well, fairly slow right now. George Camp eyeballs him. What do you say we all stand to our feet as they come around this time, folks, and cheer on your favorite drivers? Here they come. George Camp gives them the green, and here we go, racing again. Car number 92, Billy Hicks, your current leader right now, as the rest of them make it through the first turn with no problem whatsoever. Green flag still out. Hicks, your leader. Ron Gary in 14, trying to move on up. He's in third place right now. Dave Patton in that number 4 machine in second. Here comes the Coca-Cola machine in that car number 17A, Rick Hummer. And Rick trying to move up on Ron Gary and that number 14 car. Look at them side by side coming down the front straightaway. But Gary holds them off right now, but they're side by side again. And here comes Hummer in 17A. And Hummer moves into third place with no problem on that lap. Green flag still flying for Billy Hicks, your current leader in that car number 92 coming down the front straightaway. The battle is between Hummer and Gary right now for third place, but Hummer moves out in front once again as Ron Gary in that 14 machine falls back. Your leader, Billy Hicks, running into a little bit of traffic, but Lee Brown hangs it on the inside as Billy Hicks goes on the outside and overtakes him. Look out, car number 14. We may have an engine going on that thing. Woo, woo. Smoking up a storm as he heads into turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. George puts the yellow out, Tom, so that was exciting. As they all slow down, as Billy Hicks, once we get back underway, will be your leader. Dave Hatton in that 4 machine in second place. And the Coca-Cola machine, that 17A car, very impressive right now, moves it on up into third.
Ron Gary letting out a big rush of smoke on that last pass by the grandstand area, and you now see him idled up here in turn 4. The reason for being under yellow here in our 25 lap main for the guys who prefer the wings.
It looks like J.D. Vance in that 33 machine will be in 4th position once we get back under the green. And Donnie Sink in that 5T moving up toward the front right now.
Well, the Coca-Cola kids who are in support of Rick Hummer have been really busy through the early laps of this main event, watching their guy and yelling out their support. Rick Hummer has currently got that 17A machine running along in 4th place, just ahead of, third place, just ahead of 4th place J.D. Vance and right behind Dave Hatton. They all, of course, look up to Billy Hicks in that 92 as he has gone off soaring here in the early on of this one.
So Ron Gary being shoved right now into the pits, and it looks like he's going to be out of this one, Tom.
That sinking feeling, particularly as you're exiting off at the front of the tow truck and the parade is going by on your left. The lane you would really rather have been in all along.
Well, George flies the yellow once again. I don't know if we've got some fuel or debris or what over there at turn number 4. Looks like a little bit of water or something because they're throwing some dirt down on it. I guess those guys.
Too, there's some question of positions here that are being gone over. Four laps gone, 21 remaining, and bunched up. Coming out from under the yellow here with Tommy Signs and Donnie Sink running 6th and 5th respectively right now.
Sink and Signs are real good friends away from the racetrack, but once the green flag flies, there's no friends out there.
I understand Signs gave up his bow and arrows for a little while. Hopefully he'll be back on the scene and out there competing with the likes of one of our top fans out here in 87, Mr. Frank McCann.
Frank beat me out here once again tonight. And I got out of here early, and he still beat me.
Frank's one of those early on kind of guys, consistently, week after week after week. We wish him all the luck in the world, too, in his various archery competitions coming up. He's had a little bit of a back problem recent times, but he's a left-handed shooter, and it's worked out well for him with regard to the location of the pain in the back, so he's actually able to turn his hobby and pastime into a little physical therapy. We've got green again, and here we go into our 5th lap of racing with Billy Hicks in command. Dave Hatton would like to change that from position number 2. He'll be trying. And Rick Hummer in 3rd place in turn 3. Here they come. With Hicks, Hatton, Hummer, and Vance in real close proximity to one another up there into turn 1 and through turn 1. And now Vance gets the advantage built in on the inside into turn 3.
And look at Donnie Sink move, Tom.
Number 6. Billy Hicks pushing that 92 to the front and now holding it there. Apparently having found a pretty good groove too with Phoenician Dave Hatton right on his heels as they begin now to thin out a little bit with lap 8 coming up.
Donnie Sink trying to catch up to 33, but he goes a little bit wide and falls back. He was right next to him at one point of this race. And Donnie trying to pass up J.D. Vance in that 33 machine.
And so far, our only loss, Ron Gary in that number 14 car. And now Hummer heads to the pit fields in that Coca-Cola car after running in real strong situations in the early on of this one. For his sake and his followers, let's hope it's a quick turnaround in the pit fields. Hope to see a little of that Coca-Cola influence come fizzing out behind the Budweiser sign momentarily. Midway in this 25-lap main event for the Winged Super Modifieds. That's the crisscross of the flags that George Camp is indicating to them from the starter stand right now. So we are into the second half of this one. And the guy is putting on a good show tonight. Jack with the stopwatch. So we'll get a time or two for you here. As Billy Hicks continues to play the role of the leader here. Opening a little bit of a pad now on Dave Hatton's number 4 machine, which is still currently good for second place in this one.
Well, that last lap for Hicks was 18.95 hundredths, so I'm going to put the clock on Hatton right now and see what he's doing.
We got a 16:35 and a 16:47 out of Bobby Markham's new winged sprint machine during our intermission show. So these guys are running just a little over a second, a little under 2 seconds slower than that. Your leader, Billy Hicks, continues to pour it on.
Hatton at 19 and 1200 seconds, so he's just a little bit shy behind that 18.95 by Billy Hicks.
George has the yellow ready to go, but so far, fortunately, little need for it here tonight.
Well, you see that 59 car, he's got that yellow ribbon out back. That means he's a rookie. And that's why that ribbon is hanging from his car in that 59 machine. That's
Dave
Ed
Hatton
Anderson.
has retired to the pit field now. He had been running as high as second place in this one, so another tough luck. Along with that of Rick Hummer is ahead of him, another front runner, and we've got a couple of great jobs of avoidance up there in early turn 4. Hatton is still in the field with that blue 4 machine. His signs still out there. I heard one of them yell 4 to the pits.
Must have been 4T, so let's check it out.
So it was 4T and not 4, Tommy's signs. make that 74. Bill Norman. Sometimes a little difficult to hear those numbers all the way across the width of our tower. But it was Phoenician Bill Norman retiring to the pits with that 74. Super winged modified. Billy Hicks and Hatton still very much in the thick of this one. So 17 laps of the race are run. We'll do one more under the yellow at this pace, assuming that it's all sorted out in time. Apparently we've got a couple of positional problems, so the radio communications are flying around the circuit right now, and as soon as we can get them in a proper alignment, then we'll be ready to move on. Look up to lap 18, again of a 25-lap main event. Feel like eavesdropping?
33 car.
So there you have a little bit of the behind the scenes. Tony Barrell, the closest to the microphone, as you hear how things go quite often here on a race night with regard to the behind the scenes stuff. In that case there, getting them lined up. But apparently they did it well enough. George Kemp has dropped the green flag once again, and so we dash into lap 18. And the laps begin to peter out on this one, but 7 remaining now. Still Billy Hicks powerful in that 92 car in the lead, but Dave Hatton is running right on his rear bumper.
J.D. Vance in that 33 machine is in 3rd place. The car in front of him is a lapped car.
Hicks is showing an awesome amount of power as he strung it through turn 4, and now he's opened up a little bit more of a margin on Hatton coming out of turn 2 and down the back straight. Here comes Hicks powering along, smelling the white flag lap, not too many laps ahead, and he's got to like it from that position, especially as he ekes out a little bit more of a lead on Hatton now. And the rest of the field, well, who knows? J.D. Vance putting the move on in the double 3 car out of that 3rd turn.
Looks like Hatton is all out of tear-offs, because that's what's streaming from his car right now. All his tear-offs came off at once.
So he's down to the real vision. No assist. Hicks powers out of 4. Hatton and his streamer. Vance, your top 3, and pretty much all alone right now as we run out of time in this one. But still going under the green. The white flag is now in George Camp's hand. So it's looking better all the time for one Billy Hicks.
Uh-oh, we've got one down there in turn number 4 right now. A spin out. right there at turn 4 as the yellow flag comes out once again.
Dan Regals of Phoenix getting into a problem up there out of turn 3. So it'll be a 3-lap dash, Jack, when we resume with the racing green here. And don't be getting antsy to poke out of here. It's still early. And as soon as we wrap tonight, Dave Maness will go front and center once again. And he'll go one-on-one with tonight's big winners, our Victory Lane celebration. And following that, we'll open up the gates to Victory Lane and the pit fields as we do every show. And we invite you to linger and mingle.
Look at that, Tom. Dave Hatton in that car number 4 has a flat tire and heads it into the pits. Some tough luck.
So much you count on Lady Luck.
Well, we've got Billy Hicks, your leader, and J.D. Vance in that 33 machine in second place right now as George Camp gives him the green, and here we go for a 3-lap dash, Tom.
3-lap dash to the cash, and Billy Hicks has been smelling it pretty good so far in 92. J.D. Vance has now, with that drop by Hatton with a flat, got it in second place. See if he fares any better at closing it up on Hicks in 92. This is the 23rd lap as the 54 machine makes an exit to the pit fields. John Vesey retiring just before this one comes to a conclusion. The white flag lap for the leader, Billy Hicks. So the checkered flag is out, and barring any unforeseen, it'll be that guy, Billy Hicks, into victory lane, followed by J.D. Vance. And a battle brewing on still for positions after that. Unofficially sinking signs. Going 3rd and 4th in this one tonight. So good news for the Tucson contingent. The nice high placement.
Well, Billy Hicks wins this one, that car number 92. And J.D. Vance in 33 winds up in second place. Unofficially, we're not sure right now if Donnie Sink was lapped. We'll have to check with the officials, but perhaps he's in 3rd place in 5T as he had a race with his buddy, car number 4T, Tommy Signs. So there you have it, folks. Your winner for your super modified main event, Billy Hicks in car number 92. Let's give him a good hand. Here he is, right out front, folks. Billy Hicks.
Mr. Raven Raceway, and here he is, Dave Maness.
What do you want us? Okay. It's coming.
We got Billy Hicks there from Phoenix, Arizona. Congratulations, Billy, in the main event. Here's the Versace Las Vegas. Win on a Golden Girl. I'd like to thank Rawlings, Price for the Plymouth, for the base card. Got Jim Curry for the tweets over here, sir.
Real fast.
Obviously, a little punch a little turn. We got an ambulance standing by.
Tell him we bought.
Lynn, I wouldn't move. His hands are shaking real bad.
Tell him we bought our super from Billy.
Here are a few little stories. My wife just reminded me, we bought a super modified off of Billy Hicks about, how long ago, Billy? About 10 years ago, 12 years ago, something like that. 1975, which is the car that led me into the Midgets sprint car ride. Billy built it, a beautiful race car, and we bought it. We went out there and made it into it. Billy, congratulations. Mr. Curry here from Coca-Cola has a $100 cash dividend for you for being the bonus winner of the main event. Thank you. Nice trophy, nice race, Billy. Thank you very much. Dave Fome.
Yes.
Please come over here.
Yes, sir.
Jack probably took off with the radio.
I'll bring Cindy. We'll come in together. Get out of here.
Mark's in the middle.
Stab you. Show him how to do it, Mark.
I'll wait for you. Put it under.
Get out of here. Should demonstrate it too. Here we go. Mark. Hey, Linda.
Don't stick the mic in there.
Okay, big call, put it in the mid-man there. Our top guy, everything's cool, Bergman, he run third. I want to really tell you
You got the trophy right in front of
our
our face.
local people, Ernie Payne did one whale of a job. So close to winning the first man event. He run second tonight, he's strong Tucson, so congratulations to Ernie Payne too. Mr. Curry, you have a check there for this day's call, another $100 bonus. Winning the main event.
Thank you, sir.
We got that one. We want to thank you all.
No.
Get it, Scotty.
Scotty. One more thanks to these great people tonight, waiting from where you tell.
No. No. All right.
AWA, from Arizona. Very neat. All the nice door frames from these people right here. So we want to congratulate. Have a nice round of applause for everybody who will open the gate.
Well,
Let you all down here. We do have one thing. We got a token for Casey.
Put on your jacket. Good. To me?
Great Coca-Cola Valley Company and main event winner Coca-Cola jacket for him. For Dave and Billy Hicks over here gets one. We also have one for each one of the heat race winners,
Mark gets
You got it, honey? We need
I want the pass really stays out.
Mark, did you win you won the heat, didn't you? You did your own jacket. You Dave's blown.
Get out of here, Mark.
one side.
Mark Pasquarelli, winner of the heat race for Miss Curry Coca-Cola.
Hi,
Miss
Mark.
Curry there, thank you. Mike Williams, Mike Moore, winner of Midget heat race.
John, you got the radio? Turn it on.
Okay.
Tony.
What do you need? George?
We've got some hand cleaner stuff, too.
You got dirty hands?
Oh, no, they wouldn't get on the radio. That's the only way to get
Okay. We'll open the front gate. Let you all down here. The pit gates are open. So if you want to walk down there and look at the races, feel love. Thank you all for coming tonight. Nice show. Good crowd. Thank you very much. Go ahead, Tom.
Anyway,
A wrap on tonight's show. Post production includes your reservation. Right after the race places, and if you are leaving us now, please do so safely and have a good trip. Hope to see you right back out here next week when we double up on Saturday night. 22 off, 87. With more of the USAC Midgets and NASCAR Western Lane models. We have a number of assholes and weight modelers who'd like to spoil that lofty little old bull protection at Charleston. With jacket, in Robinson, I'm John Bull, and on behalf of Dave and Linda Bennett and the entire Clayton Raceway family, thanks again for coming out to see. Enjoy your swing through Victory Lane and the pit and Tucson LeBron. Have a super week and see you out here next Saturday night, the 22nd. This is brand new from John Cougar Mellencamp. It's called Paper in Fire. I'll let you figure that one out.
When I stand on the
Drive one now.
Come back. I'm right here. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for coming. Okay, we loved it. You come back now, okay?
I think it's great.
I like it speaking.
Hey, you old fart, were you racing today? I was racing. Where the hell were you? What, main event and everything?
Yeah.
Hey, Troy. You gotta tell this old goat over here, lean that wing up. Beats the hell out of me. Yeah. Which one are you riding?
Yeah, Mark had a great time. Mark yelled and screamed as much as I did.
Yeah. I think all of them are bored.
Oh, I know. Okay, Mark, let's go. Oh, yeah.
Joanne, Joanne.
She goes, I go. The people are out, huh?
Did you get everyone's signature? Hey, Eddie. You getting anybody's signature?
Dennis, Roddy's set. Good morning.
Roddy's signature.
Johnny, you want okay? Yes. Because they always try to the left. Get in there, Ask him. Okay, I want the kids. I want. Oh, you did Ricky? Hi. Nice to meet you. I want these kids. Eddie?
Sorry when I said hi. Give Gigi a call. Surprise her.
Put Tom in the middle. Okay, I need to come. Okay, little guys in the front.
Come on, dude.
This way, right straight over in there. Be careful now.
Whatever you're going.
Okay, now put your head. Now stand up. There you go. Now sit down there, bud.
All right.
Look at here. Look at here. Put that hat on. Mike, go get my helmet.
Maybe.
Yeah, it'll be all right. You want to wear a helmet? All right, hang on, guys. We're going to get a helmet.
Go get him, John.
Then there's a Coors can in front of you.
Okay, we're coming with the helmet.
Hanging right in front of you. Oh, Johnny there. Okay, know who you are.
Oh, good, John. It's going to cover up your face.
That's true. Cover your face so you don't break the camera.
Suck in your ears.
Not really.
There you go.
I
All
was
right, Johnny.
next time.
All right.
Ronnie said he had some stops.
Look forward, don't look at us.
How about that, Johnny?
Okay, Johnny, let's let somebody else do
Hey,
it.
you better give her your virus.
Here, Kathy, there, Helen's over here.
There you go. Bob, why don't you? Bob had sugar beer and Tom does in the car. Bob's car is up on it. Bob Dyson, he's up in Jackson.
You want to hold this for us?
Sure. Can I get your move for me, please? Thank you. All right, Helen.
Smile.
Okay. Now, can you put it down on the
One more.
One more.
There you go.
All right, Athena. Here you go, Johnny. Here's your hat.
Get somebody else to do that. Yeah, I know. See?
Coca-Cola. Okay, come on, Helen. You get out there. Helen's our #1 plus.
Come on back out of here. Take a picture.
You did good.
Where are you going, Athena?
All right, Athena. Whoa. Kathy.
How do you feel?
Give him a smile, Athena.
Don's doing the same thing, so if you can get a shot of Don's car.
I know.
Pat, right here, Tiger. Hang on a second. You want to help that is? Yeah?
Let me go. The boss, get up, please move out the way. Here.
How are you? Good. Look here. Sam, look at this.
I see you got your haircut.
Marcy, move.
Far enough, Brad. Yeah.
Okay. No.
Look down here, Brian. Don't be looking for the throttle.
Lenny? Hey, move out the way. You moved the game already. I'm hard to get happy with you, Mark.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
All right. Mark, you want to get in there again? Put one foot in there first.
Okay.
That shirt, right?
You want to get in there and get your picture? Come on. They're better than record driving.
Yeah, I think Campbell.
Hey, Mom, what's your
Hey, don't forget Drew. That's your hat on backwards. There you go. Turn your hat on.
Look over this way, Mark.
Look this way
Stop
now.
this way. Mark? Hey, Mark, look over here.
Beep, beep, beep.
All right. You want to get in there? What if you just stand next to it? Okay, Mark, I'll out here so we can get Tim in here.
Ronnie, you lost your job. I'm not firing again. Michelle wants to so worried about the line.
Has she been in one yet? Okay, Tim's there. Okay, Michelle.
Okay, Michelle. Oh, okay. The camera now. Did you get one? You want to try? No. Right out. Here's the camera. Put your hands on the steering wheel, Larry. Drive that car.
They're gonna get
Okay.
all right, come on out, Left.
That belongs to you. Car? We get all the guys over here. We need to get all the guys over here.
Arm restraints?
This is one of the special Olympic teams. Is this with the Special Olympic team?
That's one of our functions. We're a Civitan club, which is a service.
Thanks for coming. Thanks a bunch, guys. Thanks again.
Do you want to send him over to Pat? Linda's mom, he's going to have some pictures. It'll be about 5 minutes or so, unless it's getting too late.
You guys want to go and eat? Does he know about it?
Thank you all for coming.
Thank you.